Good morning. Welcome to the Fall 2015 Convocation. My name is Denise Gavea, Director of Academic Assistance, and in some way, in some form, I've worked with every student that is graduating here today, so it is indeed a proud moment. Just a quick reminder to silence your cell phones as we're recording this event. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Michael Erickson. He is our founding dean of the School of Public Health.
Good morning, and thank you, Denise, for organizing today's event and for your kind introduction. This is a convocation and commencement are very special days in the life of our university and particularly of our students, and we try to make today as much about the students and the graduates as possible, and for those who have helped them get to where they are today. It's a very special day. Today, Georgia State University and the School of Public Health, we hold convocation ceremonies and commencements twice a year. And in the fall ceremony, which is today, is always a little smaller than the spring graduation. But it's not a matter of quantity, it's a matter of quality. Today we're very pleased to have very high quality graduates here with us. I encourage all of you to attend the commencement this afternoon if you're able to. It's a very special opportunity to see the dome filled with very proud parents and very expectant graduates who are going on to the next phase of their lives and their careers. And there's a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and it's really an experience not to be missed. So on behalf of the school, I really want to thank you all for being here today to honor and celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. The university is on a very exciting trajectory, and our students are an important part of that success. To say a word about Georgia State, it's had really a spectacular year in terms of accomplishments and successes, and it's really all geared to helping students get the skills they need and to succeed in the world and to achieve their aspirations. The university has received really unprecedented attention, national attention, including from the President of the United States, for its success in graduating students of all backgrounds from around the world, of all races and ethnicities and economic status, many first-generation students, and has succeeded in graduating students in a way that other universities have not around the country. It's really been recognized as a national model for student success. And that success of the university at the undergraduate level carries forward for us into graduate education, which is one of the really proudest aspects of the university. You may not know that in the state of Georgia, there are 4 research universities. The Medical College of Georgia is one in Augusta, University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia Tech up the street, and Georgia State University is the 4th of the research universities. And to be a successful research university, you have to have a very vibrant and successful graduate program. And we are a very important part of that in terms of our graduates, our MPH students, as well as our PhD students, and also in terms of our research activities, help us make us one of the 4 research university in the university system of Georgia. So the university is taking great pride in its success in graduating students, but it's also taking great pride in other areas as well. This year, in 2015, the university set a record for research dollars. For the first time in its 100-year history, it's had more than $100 million in research dollars coming into the university, which is a major accomplishment and setting the bar going forward. But in many ways, perhaps one of the things that the president of the university is most proud of is that the basketball team beat Baylor in the NCAA playoffs. And then even more surprising than that is the football team will be playing the bowl game on Saturday. The first time in history that the Georgia State football team has made it to a bowl. So there are both academic successes, research successes, and in many ways getting a lot of enthusiasm is the athletic successes, and encourage you to tune in on Saturday to watch Georgia State play San Jose State in the bowl. Similarly, in the School of Public Health, we've had a great year. It was a momentous year in terms of accomplishments and success. We also set records in terms of number of students that we have admitted into our program, the largest class ever. We've also set records in terms of research dollars. Of the university's $100 million, we brought in $14 million of that. We're the smallest college, but we bring in a disproportionate amount of research dollars, and those dollars help enrich the education of our graduates. It gives them opportunities to work with faculty on research projects. In some instances, helps fund their education if they're able to get a graduate research assistant opportunity. So we've had a good year in terms of students, in terms of research dollars, but it being a momentous year was not always all positive. We also lost one of our most admired and loved faculty members who died this fall while bicycling on the Beltline. He had a massive heart attack and lost him very suddenly, which was a really devastating blow to the School of Public Health. And we renamed our Center for Healthy Development in honor of Mark Chaffin, who passed away this year. And we're going to be continuing to look for ways to honor his accomplishments, and not only to the university, but to the society in terms of his research in helping prevent child maltreatment and neglect, which is nationally respected, and it's a great loss. So it's been a good year, but it's really today, it's a year to acknowledge and honor the men and women sitting in front of me who have worked hard, persevered, and upset their lives to become graduate students and to earn their MPH degree, or as you'll hear in a moment, a PhD degree in public health. We're very proud of their accomplishments. Those parents in the audience, I can give you good news that our graduates are gainfully employed and will, it's okay, you can clap. We're extremely proud of their accomplishments. There's a lot to be proud of, and I feel honored to be up here to be able to speak to you. And one of the things that we're proudest of is what happens to our graduates. They go on to do great things. They get jobs. They pay off their loans. They become independent. And they make a difference. We have the majority, not the majority, but the largest employer of our graduates is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. We're very pleased with that. And there they are making a difference, are making an impact. Georgia State is known and respected at CDC as a place that produces high-quality, well-trained, hard-working alumni and graduates, and we take great pride in that. We see our graduates authoring papers in the scientific literature, and that gives us great pride. We frequently see our graduates authoring what are called MMWRs, which are a CDC weekly publication, stands for Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report. It gives updates on disease occurrence around the country and around the world. And there's been multiple alumni leading those efforts. Not only do they go to CDC, but we have many of our employees or graduates go to employers like the American Cancer Society, state and local health departments, and we go out of the way to try to place our graduates in positions where they can make a difference. And so not only will they be independent and no longer a financial burden on the parents in the audience, but they'll be a source of pride in terms of what they're doing and the difference they're making, and that's what's really lovely about public health. So what I'd like to do before I introduce our speaker today is to ask you to join me in giving a hand to our graduates. Thank you. And so for us, Convocation is all about the students and the graduates, and we don't have a formal outside speaker. Rather, we asked one of our graduates to speak to their peers and their friends. And today, for the first time, and we do many firsts when we're a new school, but we have one of our PhD graduates who will speak to you in a few moments. And our PhD program is fairly new. We have a handful of graduates, and Iris Feinberg is our honored graduate today, who will speak to you in a little while. Iris is receiving her PhD, and her dissertation is on health literacy in high-risk populations, with a particular emphasis looking at provider-patient communications, how we can provide better information to patients in order to have them make the right decisions to improve their health. Iris not only has completed her PhD in a very rapid pace, she's been very active in other areas. She's been a graduate research assistant in the Health Policy Center. She was a researcher on some grant programs we've had about linguistic barriers for diabetes patients and their interaction with the healthcare system, and really has explored and contributed to an area of health communications and health literacy that is central to improving the health of Americans, particularly disadvantaged Americans. Well, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Iris Feinberg.
Good morning. Thank you, Dean Erickson. I'm thinking that now is probably not the best time to say that this honor has left me speechless. I'm deeply honored by your recognition and this opportunity to address my colleagues and classmates. I'd be remiss if I didn't first recognize all of those on the dais behind me, or to my left, the wonderful School of Public Health faculty and staff, and those in the audience in front of me, all of the parents, siblings, spouses, partners, and loved ones who are here today. So let me share something really important with all of you. Today, you're listening to this speech and several others to come, because what we're doing is recognizing the incredible accomplishments of this class of 2015. Friends, this is our day. We've completed several years of rigorous and top-notch education, gotten through all-nighters and endless paper rewrites, survived the challenges of SAS and STATA and SPSS and well, at least some of you survived them. So I wish I could say that I'm here today to tell you the secrets of the universe or the meaning of life, but I'm not. What I am here to tell you is that the years and dollars invested, the absent social life, the acne flares, and the anxiety leading up to defending your thesis were all worth it, because you're going to be rewarded in so many ways, in happiness and success, in respect and admiration of your peers and your community, and in the trust and gratitude of those who we serve as we promote and protect the public's health. So as you can probably tell, I'm one of the outliers of the class of 2015. You see, I did learn something in biostats. I came back to school after a 25-year career in the business of medicine, getting a bachelor's and an MBA in corporate finance and marketing, and then my first beginning, creating a company to help doctors and clinics manage their practices, bill for their services, and collect monies owed for those services. My husband Bruce and I raised 4 kids, and as they were launching into college and beyond, I decided that I wanted to do something different. I wasn't quite sure what that different thing was, but I wanted to be helpful and do something meaningful in my second career. I needed a new beginning. I knew when I entered the School of Public Health that I would be intellectually stimulated, tested and tried, and that I would have to let go of all of my beliefs about you college kids of today. And for sure, that I had to stop saying, when I was in school the first time, you weren't even born, even though that's really true. What I didn't know was that I would be so emotionally gratified by this new beginning and by the relationships with my fellow students, the faculty, and the staff. I didn't know that my prior career in education would meld so beautifully with my new academic focus in health literacy. And I didn't know what a gift it would be to become part of this amazing community, both in the School of Public Health and at Georgia State. So fellow graduates, today is a milestone. Take the time to hold your heads high, revel in the moment, and face your dreams. And know for sure that it is your skills, your intellect, your training, and your passion that has gotten you this far. But remember that today is also a stepping stone, one that will take you to the first of what I hope for you is many new beginnings. Don't be afraid of those beginnings. As I look back over my long professional and not so long academic career, I count those beginnings as some of the best times of my life. You never know when they'll appear, and because you belong to this amazing public health community, you'll never have to face them alone. And that is the best graduation gift you'll ever get. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear a rousing round of applause for the Georgia State School of Public Health Fall Class of 2015.
Thank you, Iris Feinberg. That was a great speech. And so I think this is the moment that everybody's been waiting for when we recognize our graduates individually. And so if you graduates, if you would follow our volunteer over here, and you will be led towards the stage. Our first graduate receiving her Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health, Iris Feinberg. Samira Aziz receiving her MPH. Deborah Riddell Gila, receiving her Master's in Public Health. Ms. Jaleesa Jones, receiving her Master's in Public Health. Ms. Jessica Maroos, receiving her Master's in Public Health. Mr. Rasan Overton, receiving his Master's in Public Health. Ms. Julian Phillips, receiving her Master's in Public Health. Ms. Genevieve Prier, receiving her Master's in Public Health. Let's have one big round of applause for all of our graduating students. I know that every one of you has worked so long and so hard for your degrees, and we've been with you every step of the way, so just a personal congratulations to each and every one of you. And now I will introduce Dr. Rodney Lind, who is our Associate Dean.
Thank you, Denise. Let me first start by thanking Dr. Feinberg for her wonderful remarks and sharing her story, encouraging our graduates as they move into their careers. One of the things I would remind us all is how fortunate we are to work in a field where every day we get up, we know we're making a contribution and making a real difference. But I'll also say that there'll be some challenges ahead, and the work that we do sometimes is controversial, highly political at times. And when those challenges come, I just want to encourage you to remain focused, encourage each other, stay committed, and most of all, really focus on your values as guideposts for the work that you do. The career of our esteemed Dean, Michael Erickson, really is an example of the types of challenges you might face and how political and challenging the work can be, but when you look back, how much difference you can make. So I just want to encourage you all, congratulate you, and ask the faculty to join me and the parents in congratulating our graduates. We wish you much success as you move forward. Please stay in touch with us. We'll certainly keep track of you